Planet Earth is the home of every life form known to us in the universe. The Earth is by no means a special planet. It is not extraordinarily large or small, hot or cold, or even composed of unique elements. But it is very special because it is the home of life for nearly 9 million unique species of living beings roam for our planet. Something we have not yet discovered anywhere in the universe. We humans care because we are trying to preserve human civilization, to ensure the sustainable habitability of Earth for all living things, especially us humans. We are part of an ecosystem. Many species' life cycles are connected. Normally, when an ecosystem is disrupted, whether by change in the environment or the introduction of new species, the ecosystem suffer. For example, removing insects, reduce pollination, which can put a halt in the reproductive cycle of some plants. These plants and some creatures that consume them may become extinct. In the worst case scenario, the species will vanish and disappear forever. We have to take care of Gaia, the Earth. Otherwise, the Earth's biosphere, the sum of all Earth's ecosystem, will be irreparably damaged, which leads to our Earth become a hostile environment.
Global warming. Global warming is a long-term warming of the planet or the overall temperature. The excess heat in the atmosphere has caused the average global temperature to rise over time. Global warming has presented another issue called climate change. What is climate? The climate is a combination of atmospheric conditions that occur in a place for a prolonged period of time. Over the past century, the climate everywhere around the world or Earth has changed, altering the usual condition of a place regarding of the precipitation and temperature. This way, the water shortage, desertification, the disappearance of lake or even the sea level rise are becoming more and more common. In addition, the number of natural disasters like droughts, floods, or huge storms has increased. All these situations are consequence of global warming, meaning the increase in temperature happening on the planet or the world owing mainly to human activity.
A well-known offender of pollution and global warming is mining. Such effects mining has on the environment are erosion, sinkholes, biodiversity loss, contamination of soil and water, and carbon emission. Many mining sites across the world demonstrate the environmental impact of man's onslaught in contaminated bodies of water such as rivers, mine dumps, and waste zones. There is one instance of how mining has affected the environment. In March of 1996, a mining disaster occurred. The disaster involved Mark Copper, a Canadian mining company who established copper mines in the island of Marinduque. A drainage tunnel at the mining site leaked, which fractured, discharging mining waste into the rivers of Makulapnit and Boak. The discharge of the waste destroyed crops, vegetable gardens, and irrigation channels. Lowlands were sunken and or buried by river waters and mining wastes. Flash floods isolated villages near the site. It killed millions of pesos worth of aquatic life and baby milkfish. The Boak River was rendered unusable. The mining waste was 23,000 kilograms heavy.
With more awareness to the impact of our environment, we could slowly change and better our inevitable future. Climate change has resulted in rising sea levels and extreme weather events such as super typhoon, more heavy rains, more intense heat and heat waves, and prolonged several droughts, and consequently enormous losses in lives livelihood, properties, and environment. Vulnerable countries like the Philippines bear the brunt of the impact of climate change.
Biblical and church teaching on the care of our earth. Pope Francis said, "We are stewards, not masters of our earth." Each of us has a personal responsibility to take care of the precious gifts of God's creation. Pope Francis also said, "Small yet strong in the love of God." Like Saint Francis of Assisi, all of us as Christians are called to watch over and protect the fragile world in which we live in and all its people. He also said, "I urge all to look at the world through the eyes of the Creator. The earth is an environment to protect and a garden to cultivate. May the relationship between man and nature not be driven by greed, to manipulate and exploit, but the divine harmony between beings and creation be conserved in the logic of respect and care, so as to be placed at the service of brothers and sisters of future generations as well." Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI said, "We are all responsible for the protection and care of the environment. This responsibility knows no boundaries." Pope St. John Raul II, "The earth will not continue to offer its harvest except with faithful stewardship. We cannot say we love the land and take steps to destroy it for use by future generations."
Any other place faces several environmental problems to be coped up with, and many of these seem to be worsening with time. Problems that are caused by humans by natural disasters. Environmental problems and issues has harmful effects on human activity and in the community living. In General Santos City, we have different cases of environmental problems. Since we are located near oceans and we are a tuna-rich fishing island, overfishing is compounded for environmental concerns such as global warming. Abandoned buildings, vacant lots, riverbanks, and rivers with lots of garbages are also a major concerns in the community because some people don't have their proper waste disposal and can maybe cause to various diseases such as dengue and others. Issues like these in community should be addressed immediately to have a clean and refreshing environment without pollution that does not harm people, protecting millions of people from age, elders, seniors up to children for our future.
Action we can do at home and in our communities to protect, preserve, and conserve our Mother Earth is to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Cut down on what you throw away. Conserve natural resources and landfill space. Conserve water. The less water you use, the less runoff of wastewater that eventually end up in the ocean. Use long-lasting bulbs. Energy-efficient light bulbs reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Plant a tree. Trees provide food and oxygen. They help save energy, clean the air, and help combat climate change. Volunteer. Volunteer for cleanups in our communities.